I don't want to have a pain in the peener while my peener is exposed to the environment. So the fish story goes a little bit like this, guys. Once upon a time, in a land known as Hippie Hollow, it's a place where clothes are optional. A clothing optional type of place is not one that I would frequent. However, my ex and I had heard of it, and we thought that it sounded interesting. Upon parking in the parking lot, everything seemed absolutely normal. But 20 feet away from that parking lot was a sign. A little sign that read, "Warning. Nude sunbathing may occur beyond this point." My wife at the time and I were like, that's what we're here for. And at first, all seemed normal. Until you wander upon the mystical changing room. And you would go into this changing room to, as the children say, drop your drawers. You don't have to drop your drawers. You can be on this beach completely clothed. There was no rule saying that you had to be in the buff. I entered this changing room and I did as instructed and dropped my drawers. There was like a main beach area where most people were, and we didn't want to be there. This was our first time ever in this mystical land of Hippie Hollow, right? And so we wanted to be kind of just like the two of us for a little while. So we ventured off away from like the main beach, and we went out to more of like a secluded cliff type area. We were able to access the water from the cliff with a small climb down. And so we did. We proceeded to climb down the cliff and into this stream of water. I didn't think anything of it, but out of nowhere, a very random sharp pain appears on the tip of my peener. I had no idea what was going on. I just experienced a lot of pain. Boy, do I tell you, when I fucking jumped out of that water, probably 3 feet high, I was scared shitless at first because I don't want to have a pain in the peener while my peener is exposed to the environment. I immediately jumped up out of that water, scurried onto those rocks, and I sat down and began my inspection. Upon the inspection, it was made prevalent to me that there were marks on the end of my peener and that I was bleeding slightly. Those marks were caused by a fish's teeth. And I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.